the Prophet ﷺ said that there is nothing better for two people in love to do than get married. Okay, so if there are two people who love each other and they get married, this is wonderful. Okay, so there is nothing wrong with people loving each other, like me loving my family, but also like me loving a woman loving. There's nothing wrong with the emotions in the heart. The problem with most things in life is not what you feel in your heart. The problem is the actions and the choices that you make. Okay, so for example, if I feel like stealing, right, just because I feel that emotion in my heart, there isn't anything wrong with it. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. But if I feel like stealing and then I go, right, I'm going to go steal that glass, now we're in a different territory, right? And so what you're saying here, I chose my husband on my own and we promised to marry each other and stuff. Like, you know, this is something that, like, you're going to be very careful with, because if you just feel an emotion in your heart, that's something different. But if you go and act upon it and do something, then you get into a different territory, right? I want you to think about something now. You've chosen your husband. Like, think about the words you used, right? I chose my husband on my own and we promised to marry each other, okay? But my parents don't know about it. So what do you expect from your parents? Okay, what do you expect? Maybe you expect them to go with your decision and like, you married to this guy, let's get it moving, okay? Maybe you expect that. But think about the way you're behaving in this situation. Like, the people that raised you, the people that, you know, gave you life and have looked after you and have had mercy on you and got you to where you got to today, like, you've made the biggest decision of your life probably after Iman and stuff without even involving them. Like, you've made the decision already, this is the person I'm going to marry. Like, you haven't consulted them, you haven't done anything. So what do you expect to happen in that situation? Okay, so I'm not doing this to kind of beat you up or anything, yeah? Like, I don't know, you probably haven't done anything wrong, but I'm just saying, just think about the situation a little bit maturely, that my parents don't even know about this decision. So I would start to behave in a way that Allah would love and my parents would love. Because if I behave in a way that Allah loves and my parents love and I'm doing the right thing, I cannot lose. Like, even to the point, I know this sounds crazy right now, but even to the point where if you did not get married to this person and it didn't work out, it would still be good for you. Okay, and I've been through a lot of this stuff. I've coached a lot of people that have been in these kind of situations, and it feels like you're never going to kind of get over it. But what I would say is that now it's time for you to be mature. It's time for you to start correcting some of the issues and the actions that you might have gone through before. Okay, so if your parents don't know about it, then obviously you need to discuss it with them, right? And I would say, before you discuss it with them, like, when you make important decisions, there's a process that you should go through. So for example, there's a whole thing around istikhara, right? What is istikhara? The first thing is, you have a decision, you're not sure if you should do it or not. You go and ask people for advice. When you go to people, you get advice, and then after that, you make istikhara. Now, one of the people you should trust is your parents, right? Your parents know what's best for you. They've been around, they know you, they've watched you, they grow their whole life. So their opinion is so important, and they know so much about you that even you don't know. Right? So I think you need to basically open up the lines of communication with your parents. And I know this is scary. Like, even when I went through something similar, like, it was very scary for me to talk to my parents about these topics. So it is scary, but it is the right thing to do, right? And so what you need to do is that you need to have a discussion with your parents. And I think what you'll find is that the more you do good, the more you do right things, the easier this journey will be, inshallah, if this person's right for you. So what I would advise is that you have what we call a crucial conversation. A crucial conversation is one of those conversations where, like, emotions are high, you know, you have opinions which might be like differing, and like, it's an important thing. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to speak to them, but when you speak to them, you need to say, like, you need to understand where they're coming from. Do not go there trying to railroad your point. I want to marry this guy, I want to marry this guy, I want to marry this guy. This is not the way to behave, right? You need to go to your mom and dad and say, Mom and Dad, I really care for you. I really need to speak to you about something important. You are the most special people to me. I need you to give me advice on this and this and this. And you know what? They might be shocked. They might be like really angry. They might be upset. There might be this, there might be that, all of this stuff. But ultimately, if you're going to make this a success and if you're going to move this forward, then you need to actually speak to your parents. You have to open some line of communication. And I would say, keep an open mind. I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea what's going on in your life. But I would say that, like, I would really take the opinion of my parents very seriously. So if my parents said, look, that girl is trouble, do not marry her, personally, I don't think I would have the guts to do it if I believed that, you know, potentially they're right as well, right? So I would say take their opinion very seriously, and with the brother, you know, get him to be very serious, because a lot of the times what happens in these situations is that you know, we think we're serious, like, okay, the guy's serious, the girl's serious, they're like, yeah, we're definitely going to marry each other. But when it gets to the real fact of, okay, come to my house or call my parents, it can become very difficult, and the guy goes, I'm out of here, type of thing, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. May Allah bless you, may Allah make it easy for you. I pray that, you know, you guys are great for each other and that you do get married and Allah makes it easy for you. But definitely respect your parents, respect their opinions, and make sure that you speak to them and get them involved and protect yourself from any haram that could possibly come from it.